We'll come back to you later. For the time being, let's just keep heading forward. Oh, I guess we are coming back now. Never mind. Auto Explorer had different plans for us. Beautiful. Still shouldn't be too bad. What I will do is block off the stairwell here, and we can decide if we want to head that direction. It seems like, yeah, we're getting a couple weird special vaults that are... Like, this is just a Bailey, right? It's just a Bailey that's been teleported into the regular dungeon somehow. Some way, somehow. I will definitely put on the Reflection Amulet right away. And now I'm 100% looking for a good shield, and if we can get that reflection score up early on here, we should be able to take care of a decent number of our enemies. No problems. Beautiful. Right, we are flying, so we can try to take advantage of that and screw over some of the enemies from the Moat and Bailey here. We'll probably be giving that a shot in just a bit. I think we'll clear out the rest of the level before we do so, and see how it goes. We are attacking at once per turn here, once per 10 odds, so that is just fantastic. It's where we start to be able to take control of our life. And you absolute fools. Who had a summoning scroll? You son of a gun. And you wasted it? How dare you? Well, we can at the very least get away from all of our new null friends and kind of just hide in this corner. Fantastic. Maybe you had multiple scrolls? No, you did have another scroll of immolation, I guess, so that's kind of nice. Is what it is. Okie dokie, let's continue making our way through this interesting little castle setup we have in front of us today. And beautiful. See, now this is more like it. This is that just tab fighting, tab-based run that I was talking about. For the most part, you can kind of get away with it. As just everyone slowly but surely tries to make their way towards us without too much avail. And now we can run through, collect the rest of the treasure. I'm hoping that ogre was the kind of mini-boss of the castle section of the floor here. Definitely seems to be the case, so we can head right back out and just keep on going. Temple should be flowing up right away. Oh my gosh, another ossuary? And again, how do I feel about that? Well, let's take you two upstairs and get some distance from this ogre. Even just a little bit of distance like this should be enough. Beautiful. And for now, we'll just let Auto Explorer go on its own. Ooh, we do hear the flow nearby, and there is Zin here. So we could take Zin right away, and then we get a free swap over to the Shining one. We do lose out on a little bit of piety. But the flip side of that is that we actually have the opportunity to gain some piety before we even fall in with the Shining one. So, I think what we will do is join Zin temporarily. We'll get a little bit of extra defense here, guarding our life. Hopefully, can save us from a horrendous fate here, especially as we try to make our way towards the ossuary. Where the heck are you? My sandy home still is nearby. Was it nearby or very nearby last time? Just nearby, so it's... oh. Somewhere in the general vicinity. Speak of the devil. Okay, so this time... let's hope it goes better. Shall we? Okay, I do like this setup of ossuary quite a bit more. Not going to have any bog mummies terrifying the ever-living crap out of me. And we have cold resistance, even if we did, I guess. It's not the end of the world. And so let's just try our best to blitz our way through, just getting the attention of a couple at a time. And then at the very least, we get a nice bit of treasure as well as a decent amount of piety with the good gods. That is beautiful. See, that's more like it. Why couldn't we have gotten that on round 1? Already up to 4 pips of piety with Zin. Holy moly. We'll see how much of that transfers over. I guess we always have the option to be doing some reciting here, even without any vocations training. Or invocations, I should say. And speaking of which, we can start to train that a little bit just so that it's online by the time we get access to the Shining One's abilities. Well, that's a fun looking vault there. Definitely some friends I'm not quite ready to take on at this moment. And I'm hoping that we run across the Economical Temple. It could still be downstairs from here, so we do have another complete floor to explore before we have any final verdict on the matter. And looks like it is on the final floor. How about that? Very good thing we're not playing a Meteorin this run, because floors 5 and 6 are generally the ones that you explore a little more robustly than any others, and it would have been a huge sink of turns if we were doing such a thing. Oh, this is a very interesting temple. Well, I see the Shining One. This wouldn't be a trick, right? Take me in. Beautiful. So the Shining One hangs out with Trog, huh? No, that can't be right. Red is here as well? I guess you can't really have light without dark. Bit of a reflection going on there. But I think we will swap over to the Shining One. Thank you, Zin, for the nice little early boost here. Beautiful. So we do immediately have access to Divine Shield thanks to that early PUD we got. And you know, might as well check out all these. This is a very cool temple. Can't believe I've never seen this before. Very neat game. Yin and Yang, Zin and Trog. Very true. Can't have one without the other here. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Hello, my Lemire friend. If you want to just go on a little bit of a day trip with me here, we'll drop you off right by this stairwell. Head over to another one. Maybe, just maybe, we can strand enough of these to just murder Pickle in cold blood here. We'll take a peek. Okay, I was kind of hoping to reveal one more Lemire here. Unfortunately, this stairwell, not quite as far away. But hey, let's just get lucky here, shall we? And again, hopefully, can murder Pickle without having to kill any of the poor followers that are just following orders, man. Just doing their best to get by in this cold, dark world we live in. Beautiful. A little bit of extra PD for killing a heretical priest there, so that's lovely. And let's hope this time around, if we come sneaking up here, maybe, just maybe, we'll find our kobold buddy themselves. Oh, they seem to have woken up at least. I mentioned seeing through walls is a disadvantage. Not so much a disadvantage, but just by and large not that advantageous. I guess I did look down on it, and that's largely from a convenience standpoint. It's something as simple as when you rest up to try and heal up all your health, you'll have enemies like behind a glass wall that can never get you, but because they pop into your like ant sense range, it'll pause the game. So it's slightly inconvenient, very minor inconvenience. And when it does work out in your advantage and you're able to do fun little ring around the rosies with enemies without getting into sight range at all, I mean, it can definitely do some very good work. So I don't want to speak too poorly of it. It's just not my favorite when you have to trade off an armor slot for it, because of course we can never wear a helmet on this character. And yeah, seeing visible and seeing the enemy shadows like this, just okay. Not the greatest thing since sliced bread here. But okie dokie, I'm not finding Pickle whatsoever. What I might do is take another trip down here and just skip the rest of the floor. We're looking pretty decent for coverage at the end of the day here. And so it's not the end of the world. Where did the Lemire we left here go, I wonder? I guess maybe they all get called back by Pickle at some point or something. But regardless, I think I feel comfortable enough, rather, to keep on keeping on here. And so we'll just make our way down a floor. And that should be a kite shield. Beautiful. So that means we can pop in here. I'll probably lower our invocations target just a smidge. Even fighting, I think we'll be happy at 8 for now, because we can turn on shields. Try and get that rolling up here. I don't actually know if we need to go to 14 on it. Can't remember off the top of my head what size Formicids are. I think we're just normal size and not large, so we might need the full 14 to get rid of the any and all disadvantages. But regardless, that should go alright for us here. And we still have opportunity attacks from our one friend, but at least the polearm we got away from. So we'll pop upstairs, and you have 16 damage on you. That should be fine. Beautiful. We'll even grab your short sword for now, seeing as how our dex build kind of synergizes with that. And at the end of the day, very happy to see the whites here, because Shining One, very happy with that. Even giving us access to Cleansing Flame here, which is a beautiful ability that we'll be using quite a bit over the course of the run. But we'll have to hold out a little bit before we get to see that in full action here. At least kind of hoping that that's the case. Oh, geez. Hello, my Ice Beast friend. No longer breakpoint. Shield penalty drops off at 27 skill level. Yeah, I guess it's to the point where it at least doesn't actively slow our attack by like a full aught, which happens pretty quickly here. Even if there's technically some fall off, it's negligible and we don't have to worry too much about it. I'm also curious how much more of this lovely little party will attract here. Probably keep heading back just a smidge here. Try to not draw all the attention if we can help it. A little bit's not the end of the world. We at least have cold resistance against the Ice Beast as well, so that is just fine by me. And that is beautiful. We are getting a lot of spellbooks on this character. Of course, the second I commit to doing a non-spellcaster run is when we just see a plethora, a cornucopia of spells being offered our way, but hey, that's just fine. Not the end of the world. More than happy to ignore it. And still going very, very well, all things considered here. So if we take a peek, we're at 0.9 attack. If I put on my shield, still a little slowed, but we're still attacking once per turn, and it brings us up to 15 shield. That, along with the Reflect brand, should actually do some pretty sweet work for us here. Do need to be slightly careful that we don't get overwhelmed. Again, though, very happy to see the whites. That's just some free beauty for us. So that is wonderful. Plus 3 Falchion of Freezing. Sure, we'll hold on to it. Hopefully we don't need to use it, but it's there if we need it. And we'll pop down into our nice little kill hallway here. Fantastic. And there we go. Okay. Komodo Dragon could be a bit rough. We have decent evasion here. Not sure if it's going to be enough. Maybe we'll just swap over to some quick ice blasts here. Try to take you down before we're able to completely ruin our run. Oh geez, come on. There we go. Fantastic. So still a little too weak to be dealing with those sons of guns, unfortunately. Terrifying stuff. We do, as we just saw there, also get the occasional heals off the Shining One, so that should be just lovely. As long as there are evil things around, we have the opportunity to get some healing done. Ooh, and now this is tough, because unfortunately, we don't really get any PD for killing summons. But hey, there we go. If you want to step up to the plate, friend, that is wonderful. Oh, please stop summoning. Not more demons, please, sir. Please and thank you. Beautiful. Okay, I was about to say I'm shocked that the Shining One doesn't appreciate that, but they do indeed. Demonologist, definitely pretty high on the agenda for a follower of the one that shines here. Oh my gosh, and white packs galore. Holy moly. So we're getting very fortunate in that regard. Getting a nice amount of piety. I guess we could have gone the... oh, don't need intelligence. We could have gone the Amulet of Faith route. But it's always rough because it's hard to take that off. Of course, you end up losing out on some piety. Ooh, +2 Vorpal Shortbow. DCSS, you shouldn't have. To what do I owe the pleasure? That is just beautiful. A Wand of Digging, even though we have the ability to dig a bit on our own, still very nice. Much quicker to do it that way, plus you don't have to worry about the drain. And now we have entrance to our lair. But what I'm going to look for is not you, Fanar. Holy moly. Just head right back upstairs. Sorry, wrong corner. Took a wrong turn there. Not where I parked my car. And we will instead head the exact opposite direction. I don't know if we're quite ready for lair, which is why I'm trying to do a wee bit more exploring here. So on my last character that we had poison resistance. Okie dokie. What do I do with these kiddos? We could potentially just be fine. 65% chance to hit is not bad. It's the nice thing about the Shine 1 Halo is evasive enemies are a bit less of a concern. Do have Fear Scrolls ID'd if we need it as well. What I do need to do is get around to reading some of our un-ID'd items here, seeing as how we have an absolute crap ton. Hey Rubbery, what do you call a Tengu Summoner of the Shining One? General So's chicken. Love it. Hey, what does? Torinski found my videos a couple weeks ago. It make me uncomfortable if I knew how much of my face you've seen since then. Keep up the good work. No, I'm happy to be putting on a bit of a performance here, but thank you so much, what does. Always love to see new face around, and so welcome, and thank you so much for dropping on by to say hello, you know, as close to as in person as it gets. But no, lovely to see you. I hope you continue to enjoy the videos. Thanks. And we will blitz through some stuff here. Have I found my heal wounds potions? 10 curing. Holy moly. 13 ID scrolls, that is many. In general, we have just far too many of everything. Look at all these potions. Just gonna try to get heal wounds found. I feel like potentially, maybe we did already find our heal wounds and I just forgot. Now, still will be nice to get a few extra potions ID'd. Oops, that's not the right one. Haste and Berserk Rage, both completely useless. Fantastic. Sure, let's do one more of these stacks. Hey, there we go. 10th time is the charm. 2 potions of heal wounds, beautiful. Guessing these 9 scrolls are teleport? Just as a shot in the dark here. In fact, I'm pretty confident about that, so let's just read one. Perfect. Strange Sense of Stasis, of course. Degeneration can go, Haste can go, and Berserk can go. Completely useless on this character, but nonetheless nice to get those out of the way. And, okay. Again, I don't really want to make an entrance with those sons of guns, so instead, we could just head up this direction. Could be nice. I mean, that is a good amount of piety there. Thank you, my Wraith friend. And not too shabby. We'll head down to the hallway so we have an escape option if need be. And beautiful. Can we get a better... No better shield out of it, unfortunately. Do have the option for a Trident of Venom, which is another one of those things that's helpful to keep around in the short term here. Could potentially make use of it. I will also immediately throw on a Ring of Willpower. I mean, it's nice that as a Formicid, we don't have to worry about some willpower checks. Specifically, Paralyze is, of course, not an option. Hello there, my friend. But still nice to have willpower, especially for once we get to areas with Mark enemies. Gotta hate Mark. Oops, took a bit of a wrong turn there, maybe? Oh no, this is the right way. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't accidentally heading into this room. There we go. That is all good. We'll continue walking away from our new friend here. Not completely averse to the idea of trying to fight this son of a gun, but not from this close of a vicinity. Instead, if we could find... let's block you off before I do something incredibly stupid. If we could find you at a full 7 range, then I'm feeling a bit better. Oh boy. Got a lot of piety. Thought it would be a lot harder to build piety with undead culling. We've gone super lucky. Yeah, the number of white packs early on, because you're 100% right. Usually one of the disadvantages of specifically the Shining one, but all the good gods really. Except maybe Ellie. I forget how Ellie works. I haven't played Olivia in a long time. But for the Shining one, most games you're not going to get very much piety early on here. Yeah, we should actually be fine against you. But if you do get lucky enough, as we were fortunate, then it's not too bad to keep building it up here. Too injured to fight recklessly, but I'm feeling like we should be able to just barely squeak it out here. Holy moly. A bit closer than I would like, but that does kind of break up the threat in that room a little bit. Still have the Orc Priest and the Orc Warrior to contend with, but not the end of the world here. And so we can pretty freely just get to explore in here. And that should be wonderful. Perfect. Let's see, what can I drop? I guess short term I can just... oh, ID that and drop Blinking. It's a bit too bad that we can't use Blinking, of course. Very much a consistent lifesaver. But hey, I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out. There we go. We get this son of a gun, net it up real quick, and then now is where we make our final decision. Do we fight you? Half health. Hey, my friend. So you're probably sitting around like 27, let's say. Damage rating on our bow right now is 18. The big issue is a couple of bad hits definitely takes us out of the running here. 34% chance to hit. I guess, actually, now that I think it over for even a split second, I have Curari. So what the heck am I doing with my life? Can drop one of those bad boys, and that's beautiful. No problem whatsoever. Much better. So not too shabby here, and we can probably finish off the rest of the floor no problem. And I'm looking right now for the entrance to Orc, because Orc is going to be our next good potential for upgrades here. Specifically, it's where we are fairly likely to come across an Arbalist, which is a nice little boost in our fighting power. So here we're going to do a bit of a risky move, digging through the wall, hoping that there is not too much on this side. And there we go. Find ourselves relatively safe in a corner here. We have lots of curing if we need it. Oh, whoops. Using Curari darts. My bad, but hey, still managed to get through here. Hopefully didn't mulch too many of those. I think we mulched one, so that's not the end of the world. I can even dig one more just to put ourselves out of sight, out of mind. Oh, especially since this looks like it's going to be a full pack. Let's run around the corner. So that makes me think there's a Centaur Warrior along for the ride here, which is not ideal by any means. Oh, maybe it's just a pack of them. They do travel in herds. Huh. Quite hefty draining for such a short dig. Definitely starts to add up over time. I've had some relatively promising ant characters slowly but surely while themselves away due to just digging for sure. But should be able to gain it back relatively quickly here as long as the rest of the area goes smoothly. So I'm not too concerned about it. We're starting to get to the point in the run where I begin to feel the optimism here. Still needs some better defensive capability here. Wouldn't mind. I kind of wish that the troll had dropped some armor. I don't believe they did. Let's double check that though. No, unfortunately not. But getting a nice regen leather armor can oftentimes be enough. Oh, here we go though. Second opportunity. You son of a gun. Shouldn't have said anything. Ooh, scroll of acquirement though. Let's see what you've got for us here. Amulet of the Acrobat. Not great. Gold pieces, I guess, could go towards those enchant armor scrolls that we left behind upstairs. Boots of stealth. I mean, it's okay. It's, you know, less enemies woken up is less that we have to face at the same time, which always a good thing. Don't get me wrong. We'd like to stick to 1v1s as much as we possibly can. But would I rather just have the money? Maybe we'll hold off. Any decent shops yet? We had one shop earlier. Largely just had these available for us here, but if we do another search for store, what else was there? Could ID Ambrosia, I guess. But yeah, mostly just the summoning enchant armors. So I think what I'll do for now is actually just leave that on the back burner, and we'll wait until we've potentially found some shops. Specifically, I'm thinking about Orc once we find it. And so we can hold out hope that there will be something useful for us there. Manual is decent as well. Manual spellcasting, definitely, normally if we were kind of open to the hybridizing a decent amount, I think I've decided that I'm going to try to actually stay away from spellcasting as much as I can on this run. Try to lean fully on ranged. Bit of melee, obviously. But just try to experience something a little bit new on my end, seeing as how I'm always using spellcasting to simplify the late game. I guess a couple exceptions to that rule, we could end up using something like Portal Projectile, seeing as how it's at least very thematically in line with this character. So that could be a lot of fun. But for the most part, even if it makes our life harder, I think we'll be trying to lean a little more heavily onto the martial sides of things here. Maybe Portal Projectile on Summons or Necromancy. Yeah, Summons or Necromancy, that's a bit tougher for me, but Portal Projectile, you know, if we're an arcane archer, that's fitting. That works in my books. Can do some fancy tunneling as well. Go for like some pass wall strats. Potentially. I guess, yeah, utility is tough. Utility is a bit in the gray zone. That looks like Orc to you. Definitely a bit of a party going on there. Yep. And beautiful. So we finally will have access to Orc here. I'm going to slow down the person in the lead, and that will give us pretty much free reign to just walk away from all of our problems in life here. Beautiful. Got a little bit ahead of myself there. Thought that we could take on the world, but that's fine. Passage of Glubria, Passwall, Blink are nice. So Blink we're not able to use, but Passage of Glubria and Passwall I believe are both available for Formicids. But yeah, we'll see where we land on the utility side of things, if we're going to allow ourselves to go that route. It's definitely not strictly necessary. I've had some decent attempts with ranged users. I don't think I've ever gone full 15 runes, but I've definitely done all of the base 5, so shouldn't need to rely on anything, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I think we'll swap over to some troll leather armor, get that regen going. Should be lovely.